Good afternoon, parents. Thank you for joining today's webinar where we will be discussing the Dubai 30 by 30 Fitness Challenge. And I am pleased to be joined by our head of PE, Mr. Dan. Mr. Dan, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Rothwell. Always a pleasure.
It is always a pleasure to see you. Now, that video gave us a bit of a taste of some of the previous things that have happened during 30 by 30, which, to be clear, isn't just a Victory Heights thing. It's a whole of Dubai initiative, but Victory Heights is really looking forward to really kicking off this year and having a really great 30 by 30. So I think just so everyone at home knows, it starts on Friday the 28th and it runs all the way through to Sunday the 27th of November. Is that right? Mr. Dan, the calendar on screen, do you want to tell us a little bit more about how this calendar may start to fill up?
Yes, of course, Mr. Rothwell. Well, basically, this calendar is going to be dropping into everybody's inbox via Seesaw. However, when it does drop into your inbox, it's going to have lots and lots of fantastic things on each day. But we're currently keeping that top secret for now. But what some of the things that we can tell you about is something that we want all of our students to get involved in, and that is the Expo City Walk. Now, this is one of the first events of the Dubai 3030, and it's going to be one that is going to kickstart our amazing journey. And literally, we are going on a journey. We are going to go to the Expo site. We are going to walk a 2.5K, or if you're feeling very energetic, a 5K track around the petals of the Expo. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. We've sent out sign-up forms for this via Seesaw. Me and Mr. Rothwell are going to be there walking around and marshalling the event, and we've had over 400 people sign up so far, and we cannot wait to get the whole Victory Heights community involved. Even your dogs are allowed to come. So
I bring my dogs?
Yes, you can bring your dogs, Mr. Rothwell. Yes, both of your
Brilliant.
dogs.
I know me and Mr. Dan, we were there, weren't we? We went and visited the site last week, and it's obviously a big change since when we last visited, and Expo was in full swing, but obviously there's still lots to do there. So if you are planning on coming along, I know there's food and beverage outlets, so you can get yourself a coffee or some breakfast. There's the amazing Al Forsan Park as well, where you can take a picnic. You can bring your dogs, and I remember when we were driving around Expo last week, Mr. Dan, there were little doggy feeding stations with water bowls, and there were snacks as well for the dogs. No snacks for humans, but free snacks for the dogs. So I'm really looking forward to that.
I might need a water break as well on the way around, Mr. Rothwell, but I'll try and stick to the human ones. Indeed,
and we're the only school in Dubai that's got this. This is an amazing opportunity for Victory Heights students to do this. It's nice and early in the morning. The weather's going to be perfect, and you can go do your walk, whether you want to do 2.5 or 5K, have something to eat, have something to drink, and then you can get along with the rest of your weekend. So it's a great opportunity to kickstart 30 by 30 and get that first day of 30 minutes at least exercise in. I'm going to be a bit tired on that day though, Mr. Dan. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm going to be a bit tired because of what's happening the day before. Do you want to talk to us about the rowing challenge?
Yeah, we're kicking off this year with some amazing challenges. We've got the 24-hour rowing challenge as well, which starts on Thursday at 11 a.m. and it's going to go all the way through to Friday at 11 a.m. Surprise, surprise, being a 24-hour rowing challenge. And we have lots of students helping us out. Thank goodness. They're going to be there starting off the challenge, but then the teachers are going to take over. I know I've got a 3 a.m. till 4 a.m. slot. I think I'm taking over from you, Mr. Rothwell. I got the best one. And we've put this out to parents as well. If there's any keen, fit mums and dads out there who want to come and help us, this has gone out to parents as well to help us get through those 24 hours. But yeah, we're going to do a 24-hour rowathon, and then we're going to be doing the Expo City Walk, and then it's much more to come after that. So we're really kicking the Dubai 3030 off with a bang, Mr. Rothwell.
So one of the things you were talking to me about is the Dubai 30 by 30 pledges. Do you want to perhaps tell me a little bit more about what that means?
Yes, Mr. Rothwell. So, yes, the students will get that calendar, and we will expect everybody to be there at the Expo Walk, and that will then obviously give them their first 30 minutes on their calendar. However, that's not where we stop. After that, we want as many pledges as possible. 30 by 30 fitness pledges. what you are going to do once you receive your calendar, you will send us a short video back saying, we accept the challenge and we are going to be a Victory Heights pledger. And we pledge to do all 30 days of activity. Now, you are going to then share your journey with us. We don't expect you to share videos and pictures every single day, but you're just going to keep us up to date with your journey. Maybe you'll do something, a bit of a highlight one day and be like, I really want to share a little video of me doing some football training, or maybe I went horse riding or something like that. And you can share that with us. And we want to keep a track of your journey throughout the Dubai 30-30 Fitness Challenge. Okay, so you will be a pledger and we will see who has really committed to that pledge and who's shared lots of their sort of adventures and activities with us. And at the end, the best person, our best pledger, will get a prize.
Can I win?
Of course you can, Mr. Rothwell. Just share your journey with me. I expect the messages to be, I expect you to inundate me with messages.
I will do. I think it's a great opportunity for children and adults alike, parents of the whole school community, to get really involved in different sports as well. I think it's not just an opportunity to do those things that you're familiar with. I know obviously for me, I go to the gym most days and I do a bit of rugby as well, but I'm looking forward to trying some different sports as well, because one of the great things about the 30-by-30 is that there's lots of places around Dubai that start to offer their different services and their facilities for a very low cost, or often quite free. So I know one of the free things that we spoke about earlier on was a trip to Kite Beach. Is that right? Are some of the children going to be going to Kite Beach?
That's right, Mr. Rothwell. We booked our slot for the Monday the 14th, and 100 of our students are going to be able to go to Kite Beach. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to look maybe at some of the pledges that we've been getting, or maybe some of the year groups, because I'll go on to mention some of the other challenges we have, but we're going to be monitoring the most active year groups. And out of those active year groups, we're going to take 100 students over to the Dubai Sports City Fitness Challenge. And they are going to get to have a morning during their school time, so they might miss a couple of lessons. No, I'm only joking. And then they get to go there on the buses with their teachers and have a fun time. But that's going to be decided on who commits to the challenge the most. So that's not been decided yet. So that's open for everybody. So we want to see those pledges. We want to see you attending some of the activities that we're putting on, and they'll get that extra little prize of going to Kite Beach on the 14th.
I think that's a really good idea, Mr. Dan. I think it's really going to reward those people who put the effort in, rather than it just be, it's definitely not a right for every student in the school to be able to go and do that. You can't just turn up and expect to go to Kite Beach. It's a special privilege for those who really put the effort in. So I hope the children out there are aware that they need to do something. They need to make sure that they're up to date with their pledges that they've done every day, 30 minutes at least. And they've been trying to be a bit creative as well with it. I'm sure that you'll look upon that kindly. Okay, I think our year 3 to 6 children, they're going to be meeting a special guest, aren't they?
Yes, this is something that I'm very excited about. And this is all thanks to Mr. Harry, actually, who introduced us to this idea. She's called Jessica Smith. She's an inspirational lady. She's a fearless chick, apparently. And she is going to come in and she's going to talk to all of our year 3 to 6 students on the very first Monday of the Dubai Fitness Challenge, just to give them a real inspiration that anything is possible and that there's no excuses to get stuck into some of these challenges. And she's all about positive body image, and she's going to talk to our students, and hopefully she's going to really inspire them to take part, and that there's no sort of limits on what they can do. And that all ties into this Dubai 30-30 Fitness Challenge. So we're really looking forward to having Jessica Smith come in on that Monday, and we can't wait for her to talk to our students.
I'm really looking forward to seeing her too. I know a little bit about her story. She was born without a left forearm, but she hasn't let that stop her. And she's a 7-time Paralympian, I believe. And she's all about how you can make the most of what you're given. It's not about sitting there with regret and saying, oh, I haven't got this, so I can't do that. And I think that's a really key message that sits across this whole 30-by-30 challenge. You've got another few bits and bobs as well that I think will round out the 30-by-30, so the parents are aware of what's happening. Do you want to just talk about, I think we've got our parent and child PTs, we've got our Fun 15 and our sports fair.
Yeah, we've got so much happening, Mr. Rothwell, but I'll just try to wrap that up quickly. We really want to get the parents and the children doing a joint PT session. So we're going to send some information out about that very soon, and you'll have to sign up just so we know how many people are coming, because if we get 200 people coming, we'll have to make sure we plan for that. But we're hoping for lots of people to come and work out together with their children, and that's going to be happening on the Friday mornings, starting next week, from 7 o'clock till 7:30, 7:40. Just a very, very light workout with me and Mr. Harry. I'm getting old now, so it won't be too vigorous. It will just be a nice early morning workout with your child, really inspiring them for the day and the weekend ahead. And it'll be great to work out as a community. We've also got this thing called the Fun 15, which is going to happen on the days. This will all be on the calendar from 7:45 till 8 o'clock. This is literally to give those kids a real burst of energy as they walk through the gate of Victory Heights. There'll be some fun activities set up, ready for them to go. That'll be done by each year group, and that'll be clearly registered down on the calendar. So maybe on the Tuesday, it will say year 2 are going to have their Fun 15 session this morning. So your year 2s will get sent straight to the field and the new brand new court that we have, and there'll be a fun activity set up for them just for 15 minutes to give them a burst of energy and just to show them that they don't have to do all of the activities all at the same time. They don't have to do 30 minutes all in one go. They can break it up throughout the day. So they might do 15 minutes in the morning. They might do 15 minutes when they get home from school. And if they're feeling really, really energetic, they might do 10 minutes before they go to bed. And then they've done more than what they need to do. They can break it up throughout the day. And that's what we're sort of trying to do this year. We're trying to give them lots of little opportunities to do exercise rather than big activities that take up lots of the day. Okay, we want to show them that it can be done very quickly, very efficiently, and that they don't have to sort of disrupt their school day too much either. So that's the idea behind that. We're going to do some good old wake and shakes because we know that the children, especially in years 1 to 3, love a wake and shake. For the older students, we might look to do maybe some dodgeball tournaments in place of those, because we know that they get a little bit I don't know, too cool for a wake and shake as they get a little bit older.
Never too cool. Never too cool.
I agree, Mr. Ruffle. I agree, but you know, sometimes, especially those year 5 and 6s, they act like they're too cool for school sometimes. So we'll put something on a little bit different for those guys. Okay. What else have we got? I think that's pretty much everything.
Got a sports fair as well. I think you mentioned.
Yes, of course, the sports fair. We're going to do it a little bit differently this year. Previous years, we've sort of asked students to keep a little track of their calendar, and then only those students at the end get rewarded. But we wanted to just sort of say to you guys, yeah, take responsibility, try to do as much as possible, show us what you're doing via the Pledger and Seesaw channels, but that at the end of it, everybody will celebrate the closing ceremony this year, and it's going to be a sports fair. And all of our external companies that we have, our basketball company, our rugby companies, are going to come in and they're going to set up little activities, little sports fair activities. And our students are going to be able to come down in their year groups, and they're going to have 45 minutes of time to play and do all these fun activities that are going to be set up by expert coaches at the end of the Dubai Fitness Challenge. And that's going to happen on the 25th of November. That's basically the last school day of the Dubai Fitness Challenge before we go into that final weekend. So that will be our Victory Heights' little closing ceremony to the Dubai 30-30 Challenge. And we hope that they'll get a chance to do lots of different sports that they might even then go on and be interested in signing up for afterwards. Little taster sessions.
I'm looking forward to it, Mr. Dan. I think me and you are probably going to face off with some paddle tennis at some point during the 30 by 30. I've seen that that's already come out. So I'm sure that will be an enjoyable one. And I look forward to trying lots of different sports and seeing the children around the school participating fully in 30 by 30. I think in previous years, we've had really good participation rates. But this year, I think we can blow it out of the water. We've made a really big effort to make sure that we're supporting all of the children in their efforts. And like you said, it's not about necessarily having to do 30 minutes in a row. You can go and do a 15-minute thing in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon. And I think that's really an achievable number for everyone in the school. I don't think there's anyone in the school that can't do that over the course of a day.
Definitely not. With all the opportunities that we're trying to put on for the students we know that there's so many sporty and active and enthusiastic parents out there that love to get their children involved as well. Between all of us as a VHPS community, I know that we'll be able to accept this challenge and to beat this challenge. I know that the Dubai Fitness organisers are really looking forward to some of the updates that we put on via Facebook and social media, and we'll share some of those hashtags that our parents can also tag the Dubai Fitness Challenge in as well, because they've been really keen to see exactly what Victory Heights are doing, because they've already contacted me and said, you know, you guys have such good social media posts, will you please tag us in it, because they're so interested in seeing what we're doing, because they know that we always put on a great show over here.
Perfect. Well, Mr. Allen, I think on the subject of fitness, we've got a staff versus parents netball that we are going to have to take part in just a moment. So we need to rush off from this webinar, get changed and get ready to go and shoot some hoops or whatever it is they say in netball. So thank you for joining us today, parents back at home. And thank you, Mr. Dan, as well, for giving us all of that information. So goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.